the dungeon after you killed the town master, and then you came into town and you convinced the town folks that you're all heroes who saved them from an evil devil worshipping town master. Uh, then as you guys were doing this, you saw the mysterious guy walk away. Costa and Rendar followed him, and they followed him into Helia Horton's shop. Uh, when she questioned them about what's going on, they kind of told her, but then it kind of turned a little heated, and they kind of, uh, well, she kind of accused them of being the ones who killed him because they were the last ones to see him, but then when she went to go get help, they stopped her from leaving, which turned into a big fight. uh, Giovanni was giving off his poems while this whole thing was going on, but then you guys kind of noticed when Costa came flying out through a window. You ran over there, but Halia Thornton and her sidekick got away. Um, you found out that she belongs to the Xanathar's Guild, or Zentarum, and also the townsfolk who are kind of like the three main townsfolk left over. It was Toblin, Sister Gariel, and I believe Lenine Greywind. They also summoned uh, for assistance from Waterdeep. And that's kind of where we left off, with you guys knowing that uh, Waterdeep, I don't know, lawmen are coming to investigate. And you also know that now a Zentarum member, you're on their blacklist or shit list, I guess.
Yeah, they're bad guys anyways.
What was that?
I said they're bad guys anyways.
Can you see the map?
Yep. These are all the people we need to eliminate.
No, those are the people who live there or run those shops.
So eliminate or sway to our side.
Yeah. I just made it easier to read instead of having it like shrunk so far down.
Well, what shall be our course of action today?
I believe the plan is to wait. The investigators will investigate, and we shall be proven innocent. And then, thus begins my run as mayor.
Sounds like a fine idea to me.
Wait, so we're not killing them?
No, Rendar, stay your bloodlust. We shall wait.
He just shrugs.
And if we run, it shall make us look suspicious.
Perhaps we should do some of the other tasks that had been set out by our now late town master, in order to curry more favor among the townsfolk.
Well, we'll have to use something nearby.
Well, yes, we don't want to be too far out of town.
Otherwise, we shall be accused of something that we did not do.
Now, we, being well-traveled people, would know how long it would take to get to Waterdeep and then back, correct?
Yeah, definitely.
What kind of timeline are we looking at?
It's not that far, actually.
Aren't we super far from Waterdeep?
Oh, I'm talking about. Oh yeah, it is super far. So it must. God, I always get the maps mixed up. Waterdeep and Neverwinter.
Yeah, we're
It
north.
Yeah, it would have been Neverwinter. Sorry. And they are about 75 miles. So you can travel 24 miles a day.
And that's with wagon.
Yes.
So yeah, it's on foot. It's gonna take us probably even longer.
Well, I'm wondering how long it's going to take them. How much time do we have to do some jobs around town before we need to make sure we're back in the city to not look suspicious?
So 3 days. 3 days. 3 sunrises.
Yes, 3 days.
Well, perhaps. Well, let's take a look at the jobs we have and see if there's anything nearby, shall we?
All right. So you go back to the job posting board, notice board.
In all fairness, we just ripped them all off and shoved them in our pack. We left nothing behind.
Yeah. So you pull them out of your pockets. Put my bird away.
The that little one at the bottom is still on the board.
So which one?
The Baldur's Gate, I believe. I
Oh.
left that one.
Oh yeah, that's right. You did leave that one.
Well, we could do the Mountains Tow Quest. Seems like an easy enough escort job.
15
Something I'm
miles.
sure you're far too familiar with there, Giovanni.
No, I don't believe so. Now, well, this begs the question. All of these have a reward on them. However, I am the mayor now. So I don't believe we can do this expecting a monetary reward.
This is fair. However, the favor that we will curry within town, to ensure your future leadership, might be worth the trade-off.
This is true. This is true. However, I am quite keen to doing Butterskull Ranch. It's only 5 miles east of here. Or rather, 5 miles east of Connerberry. Wherever that may be.
That might be worth.
Where is Connerberry?
Connor.
Rendar just points in the correct direction.
Yeah,
Which is
I'm looking. Connerberry is to the east of Phandalin on Tribord Trail.
So it's east.
So it's
How
like
far east?
northeast because it kind of goes up. It's a good 60 miles, 55 miles.
To the mines we go.
Yeah, let me bring you. All right. So yeah, going towards the mines is it's right over here in this area, and then further down Connerberry is like way down here.
And the third one is in Neverwinter Wood, yes? So it's probably even further away.
Third one was in.
To go talk to Harbin Wester's half-brother or something like that.
Yeah.
We could break the news.
we could also blame what's her face. That's out of character, by the way.
I think the mines is our best choice.
I say we go to the mines.
Okay.
Let's go find this gentleman we need to escort back to the mines. I assume he's probably in the inn.
I believe is that what it says?
I don't know what it actually says. We're not on the page anymore.
could just put that stuff in our journal. That'd be really helpful.
Put the cards in your journal?
Yeah. Oh, you can get you capture the image
Oh
and
yeah,
then just
there.
upload it or hand out.
Handouts.
I have
Hey,
a picture.
Don John, that was a fun movie.
Actually, I don't see them in handouts. Because these are playing cards on the screen. I don't know if I can. I'll see if I can do it at some point. But I don't see them in the handouts right now.
Well, I took a picture anyway on my phone, so.
Okay. All right. So yeah, you go to. You go to the Stonehill Inn. You see Toblin there. He's talking to a few of the locals. You can hear it in their voice. They're talking about what's happening in the town, and they're nervous and because they're scared. And he's kind of trying to reassure them that everything's going to be okay. And when he sees you come in, he like waves you over. I'm assuming
Oh,
you
go
welcome.
on, Mayor. Go to him.
I shall saunter up to Toblin. Toblin, why?
He oh, of course, and he points to one of his barmaids and he says, "Get this fellow some wine." And then she starts going off to pour it. After like a 30 seconds or so, she comes back with a glass of wine for you, or a cup.
Thank you, my dear.
She nods and then walks away. And Toblin says, "So, seems like this town's gonna be a little hectic for the next couple days. Uh, would you guys be interested in helping just spread the word that everything's okay and no one has anything to worry about?"
Well, unfortunately, we are quite tired at the moment as we are about to embark on a new quest.
Oh, what quest is that?
One moment. Rendar,
Rendar searches through his bag, pulls out. We were going to the Mountains Toe, correct? Gold mine.
yes, that one. This one. I'll just take it out of your bag if I see it when I see it when you're filing through.
The new overseer, Don John Raskin, just made a trip from Neverwinter to Fandalen and needs to be escorted to the mine.
Oh yeah, she's staying here in one of the rooms. It's room number 2, actually.
Wonderful. I'm gonna take my glass of wine and start heading up.
Okay. You head up.
Room 2. I knock.
You hear a guy inside. He says, uh, "Yes, who is it? Come in."
Yeah. Hello.
Ah,
Yeah, I presume you are Sir. I'm gonna read the paper. John Raskin.
he's like, "Yep, that's me." You see, he's a tall gentleman. He looks like he's in his older 60s. He has black skin and he has white silver hair, and he's wearing like what looks to be almost like a cowboy hat on his head.
That's anachronistic.
It looks like. And he says, "Oh, who might you be?"
That is. I just want to say that is so many years beyond the realm of the Sword Coast. Crocodile Dundee looking motherfucker over here. All right, we're here to apparently the flyer says we're here to escort you
He's like,
to the Mountain Toe Gold Mine.
he looks at you and he says, "You're gonna protect me?" Looking at all your fancy clothes. He's like, you sure I'm not going to be protecting you on this trip?
Well, I appreciate the insult, but I am not your only protector. I have allies with me.
He's like, all right, well, I'll take what I can get.
As Mr. Jaskin, as to about the payment, you see, our beloved town master is deceased, so we won't be receiving any monetary reward. I was hoping if you could compensate us for a little bit once we have completed the task.
He says, well, yeah, the award was mine to give, so it's still 100 gold pieces.
Wonderful! Pack your things. We shall meet you downstairs.
With that, he says, oh, I'll be ready. And he starts getting ready.
Come back down, holding my wine. Uh, I found him. A rather old fellow. Probably
He
more.
can still walk, right?
Oh, yeah, he can walk. He looks
Goldfish
like
can
he used to
carry
be
him.
an adventurer himself. Like he's,
Did
but
he take an arrow to the knee? Because that'd be
Ah,
unfortunate.
you beat me to it.
I don't know.
If I had to guess, I'd say his age was more advanced than Sherry's.
Oh, well, it should be a rip roaring good trip up to the mine. Lots of stories, I'm sure.
I'm not carrying him.
Nobody's asking you to carry him, Rendon. He shall crawl. So get there by whatever means. We are only there to make sure he's not eaten or slain.
Alright, as you guys are talking, he comes downstairs. He just has like one little sack of clothes that he brought, and he's like, "I'm ready to go when you guys are." He introduces himself to the others, and he's, "Who might you be?" Gives you a really strong handshake to Rendar.
He's gonna act professional. He's not gonna try to crush his hand. Just nod. Rendar.
He's
Pleasure.
like, ah, now I see. You definitely look like a tough one. And he looks over at Zariel, and who might you be, pretty lady?
You may call me Ms. Anastasia.
Hmm, formal. I
I
like
hold
it.
out a hand for him to like do the whole kiss the ring thing.
He just shakes it like and just keeps talking. He's like,
I then chill my hand a bit with frostbite, just enough to make him go nah.
yeah. He's like, yeah. You're cold. Yeah,
I have been told.
Frosty bitch.
yeah. Seriously, that's what he was thinking. Cold as ice. So yeah, he's definitely all packed and ready to go. He looks like he just wants to get out of here.
Uh-huh.
Wonderful. I'll have to finish my wine first.
Uh, while you're doing that, he tries to talk to Zariel. Actually, he's like, so where are you from?
Far north of here. I doubt you would know the town name. In fact, it wasn't really so much a town as a grove.
He's like, I've done so much traveling and adventuring in my time. He's like, I'm sure I've heard of it.
Well, have you heard of the Moon Grove Isle?
Let's see. Uh, actually, that one I don't know.
Yes, I thought not.
He's like, uh, how far north is it?
Oh, quite a ways. Traveled quite the distance.
He pauses for a second. You don't seem like the talkative type. It's going to be an interesting trip, isn't it? Like, 'cause I got
So
plenty to
very
say.
interesting. Rendark, could you just keep this gentleman busy? I'm going to go make sure I have rations for the trip. And I get up and I just leave.
Yeah, as you get up, he looks right over at Rendar, and he's like, "Oh, did I ever
As
tell
soon
you
as
about
he
the
starts,
time I went?" And he starts
as soon
talking.
as he starts talking, Rendar just crosses his arms and shakes his head.
And then he goes on to telling you like a story of him adventuring in some mountain somewhere.
Eyes are literally almost rolling out of his head.
He keeps looking over at Giovanni to see if he's done with his wine or not.
I'm taking my sweet ass time.
So while you're doing that, he just keeps talking, yeah, to Rendar about, and then there was this dragon that came out of nowhere.
And now Rendar is looking over at Giovanni to see if he's finished the wine.
It's like the last drag of the glass or mug, whatever they served it to me in. I'm hungry.
Yeah. You saying
Shall
this
we have
to
a
all
shall
of
we have
them?
shall we have a meal before we depart?
He's like, can't we just grab some bread and go? I just wanna get back.
Yes, please, let's go.
Bread, my dear Don John Mr. Jaskin. Bread? Plain? What are we, poor?
He's like, well, you sure don't look poor, but this one, and he points at Rendar. Looks like he could use some money.
Oh, my dear, don't worry, he's not poor. He's rich in morality
Gold is useless.
and character.
He's like, well, that might get him somewhere, but not that far. So he
I'll
looks at
probably
you and
see
he
Rendar.
says, so are you really gonna get something to eat?
Well, how does Rendar look right now?
Yeah, did we long rest after last session?
You did not, because it wasn't that late, I believe.
Yeah, so
Well,
I've
we
got
had
like 1 hit point, I think.
no. We did.
Oh, you
We
did?
healed up to full. Yeah. Yeah, we had a long rest.
Okay. Yeah, like all my stuff's updated. I just didn't know if that was because the tokens
Oh, yeah,
changed.
Yeah,
yeah.
I was what I actually meant was how's Rendar looking at me right now?
Like mentally, how is he doing?
He's
Yeah.
not doing great. He's impatient as fuck right now.
Well, all right. I suppose we'll be able to scrounge something. In fact, you know what, Toblen?
He looks up, yeah.
I shall have a meal to go.
He says, yeah, I can do that. Coming right up. Give me at least 5 minutes.
And please wrap it in a nice handkerchief. Not one of those raggedy ones you usually use.
Only the finest for you. And he kind of like rolls his eyes as he
He
turns.
finds one that he spit on like earlier and wiped the counter with.
Yeah. He goes and gets a meal and he brings it back and he has it wrapped up and it doesn't look, it looks like it's clean but not that clean. He's like, here you go.
Here's your French onion soup. Drip, drip.
Well, what is it?
What is it? It's like a bread. It also gave you some like a meat pie.
Wonderful. I'm gonna undo the knot of the handkerchief. Take out one of my own. Transfer it. Amadeus, put this in my bag, will you? Thank you, Tobin. Your services are no longer required at the moment. You may take your handkerchief back.
He's like, you are one funny guy, and he walks away.
Yes, I am. Gentlemen and lady who was not present at the moment, shall we?
If Giovanni whistles, oh, he's dead.
As you guys leave, you see Zalaria just kind of like laying down in the grass across from the inn, staring at the clouds as they go by.
Yeah, the entire time, this guy will not be quiet. He will not shut up. He's talking about uh, adventures that he went on in these ancient temples and dragons he fought, and just keeps going on. And he's talking to you guys, and he's like, "What have you been on? Have you ever fought a dragon before?"
Define fought.
He's like, take one down.
Define take one down.
He's like, well, if you have to say that, then you obviously have not.
Well, I don't know. I mean, it landed in front of us. sort of in front of us. In front of us, adjacent.
And he looks really confused. And what do you mean in front of you, adjacent?
It was near us. We saw it.
Render's gonna throw the manticore teeth at him.
He's like, oh, I remember this time I fought a manicore, and he just
Oh,
goes
God.
on and on
Oh.
about that. So, on your way to Mountain Toe's gold mine, like I said, he will not shut up. But when you get to about 5 miles to the place, a low ridge rises to your right, and beyond which you see the Sword Mountains scrape the gray sky. But closer in, something is strewn across the rocky ground 90 feet ahead. Don John looks and he says, well, ain't that something? Pointing at what appears to be 6 dead orcs.
Wonderful.
Being super insensitive, Zelaria just turns to Rendar like, you know him?
Says, nope. I heard there was a lot of orcs coming out of the mountains, though, because of that dragon.
Didn't ask you. I asked my friend
Oh,
Rendar.
I'm sorry.
I just assumed he was talking about everything.
Well,
But
yeah, he still said that.
Render kind of looks at Zelaria like, really, bitch? And just shrugs. No. Why would I?
So you guys all ran together.
Well, whatever the case may be, it seems somebody has been doing the job for us,
It appears
which is
so.
good.
Look, your fantastic town mastering skills are already coming into play. Look, the problems are solving themselves.
Precisely. Mr. Jaskin, pretend you didn't hear any of that.
He's too busy, like, looking at the orcs to even be paying attention right now.
Wonderful.
It's like, what do you suppose did this?
Can we tell? Like, are there weapon
Uh,
injuries, or is it like teeth?
Give me a medicine.
I can make a medicine check.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see that it looks like extreme cold killed the orcs. Like, their bodies covered in that, like, nice fine white frost.
And it's like not even close to winter, right?
They look like they've been actually dead for about 3 days. But you can definitely tell that they were killed by cold damage. Or extreme cold.
Would Rendar know about, like, the different dragon types? Like, I've got proficiency in nature.
I think so. I think people would know what dragons do what.
Does it look like a breath weapon kind of thing?
Give me a... What would that be? Survival, maybe?
Sweet.
Yeah, you can definitely tell that it looks like the breath weapon of a white dragon. Kind of, because the damage on the ground kind of like fans out into a cone.
Awesome.
And Don John says, "Well, looks like a white dragon saved us from some trouble." You also see on the ground that there's hide armor, there's great axes and javelins.
I'm gonna grab all the javelins.
Okay. You get 6.
Sweet.
Yeah, let us keep moving, shall we?
He's like, yeah, let's get out of here. Hidden among the bushes, a tunnel burrows into the foot of a soaring snow-capped mountain. Above the mouth of the tunnel is a wooden plank with the words "Mountain's Toe" carved into it in common.
Well, it seems that we are already here. Well, Mr. Jaskin, I would appreciate the reward now.
Uh,
Safe and sound. delivered as promised.
I think you were supposed to. Doesn't it say something else?
Once you deliver Raskin safe and sound, return to Town Master Harbin Wester to collect a reward of 100 gold pieces.
Been in time, bud.
He's safe, he's sound, we're good.
Good luck on your spelunking endeavors.
He says, uh, you're not. As you get closer, though, you do see what appears to be. Let me put. Can you get your tokens on the map? All right. Does everyone see?
Indeed.
It's in the daytime.
Yeah.
It's, I think it's kind of like nighttime right now.
Yeah, it looks awfully dark. There we go.
There it is.
Oh, I see something down there.
Yeah.
Nonsense. I don't see anything. There you go. Safe and sound, sir. You have yourself a great day.
So as you get closer, you do see that there are two large rats standing on their hind legs, and Don John says, "Well, ain't that something?"
Ah, friends of yours, I see. Well,
We're
I'm glad you
rats.
have a greeting party.
He's like, they ain't no friends of mine."
Fuck.
He's like, "Perhaps you guys will help me clear it out."
How much?
He says, well, I mean, I'm already giving you 100 gold pieces.
That was to get you here safe and sound. That mission's accomplished.
It was, but
I didn't.
I
I
heard
didn't
that
sign up to clear out
you
mines.
guys are the heroes of Fandolin. I mean, this is what you do.
He's the hero, and I pointed Giovanni.
What kind of adventurers are you? When I was an adventurer, I would run in there with swords blazing.
Times change, old man.
Well, draw my rapier and hand it to Don John. Well, time to show us your heroic deeds.
Yeah, he takes the weapon from you, and he's like, "I'll show you how it's done."
Oh, by the way, you're supposed to stab things with that, not slashing.
Sticking with the pointy end. At that point, I turned to Render. I'm like, 5 gold. He makes it 50 feet in.
You gave him a rapier, you said?
Mine.
Adding it to his character sheet.
5 gold? What? Rendar doesn't understand betting.
Offer stands, Giovanni. 5 gold. He makes it 50 feet.
I do apologize, Hilaria. I am not a gambling man.
Ah, where's Costa? We need him.
Okay. He starts walking up.
Hey, wait a minute. You didn't pay us to. Oh, damn it. Guys, there
Rendar
goes our
feels
money.
bad at this point. He's gonna stay behind him.
So, yeah, roll initiative.
Balls!
And as he's coming up, he's like, "You damn rail rats, get out of here!" And he starts to
Wow.
charge them. I'm gonna show you how it's done.
Is the turn tracker up? Did it just not show up for me?
I don't know. It did
It's not up for
turn
me.
on.
I'm just sitting here hovering over the initiative rolls. Like, I don't want to click it in case it's good.
Go.
All of a sudden, it's asking me if I want to whisper or public roll everything.
Yeah,
you
they
can turn
updated
that
roll
off.
20.
Is it under the cog?
Yep.
There we go.
Okay. So, Zalaria, you see Don John just start heading out there, screaming at these were-rats.
I just go, hey, old man, you didn't pay us. And I start taking time. I stand here with my hand outstretched toward him, like, hey, come on, pay up. We got you. You're safe and sound.
He's just, yeah. Keeps, Giovanni.
But I'll walk up. Well, I suppose if we're going to fight the bloody things, might as well start. This one. Just gonna lazily raise my finger, shoot a firebolt at it.
That's a hit. Alright.
Bolt hit.
Hits him in his chest.
And go get Inspire.
Don't sound too excited. That's a 1d6 I can add?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, comes up. And he just almost gets there. So he's gonna take a dash action and approach that one. He's like, ah! He's like, feels like the old days. And then this rat attacks him. Four piercing damage. And tries to bite him. I have to turn off this thing that's asking me every time. And it misses. Let's see if we can do it. Oh, wait, he missed. Never mind. Oh, sorry, this one's going to attack as well. But yeah, Rendar, you can go. That is a hit. Is anyone else computer going really slow?
Mine's a little slow, but it's tolerable.
And it's just going to be at that one.
Okay.
And bonus action rage.
When you do that, Don John is, that's what I'm talking about! He's getting all excited.
Oh god.
What's up, y'all?
Yeah, I lost the thing. Oh, I gotta click
Got
my
it.
token, don't I?
Valeria.
Are we? So we're doing this then? and take some movement. I don't really want to fully commit to this, but I suppose we need to keep him alive to get paid. Maybe. So I will produce flame at
Hot
the one
damn.
closest to me.
Okay. Yeah, you ignite his fur for 4 damage.
And I just shout, "Try not to die before you pay us, old man."
That's when I was like, oh, that stinks. The were rat. Giovanni.
Oh, wonderful. There are 2 of them. Alright, I suppose I shall. I would cast a fairy fire. Just hitting the two rats.
Alright, left and right, dexterity saving throw.
DC 13.
4. An 18.
Well, I guess the left one is lit up now. And that's it for me. I just say, oh no. I'm gonna just say to Zalaria, I believe he has his money on his person, so
Oh, this is a good point.
Alright, I'm trying to attack this one. Miss. Hit. And a hit.
he's in the left one, right?
Oh yeah. The attack roll against affects creatures. Okay. So yeah, he does some good damage. He goes to town on that guy. He's like, this is how you do it. Where rats? Goes after Don John. Alright, I tried to turn off this public roll question thing, but it didn't work. Misses. And misses. Next one attacks him.
Ooh.
Alright, so the first one hits.
Max crit. So for I wanted to cut in words that crit damage if I may.
Okay.
So 11.
Thank you. Rendar.
Alright, now we'll use my movement to go there. And pull up my great axe and attack. I'm also raging and gonna use Divine Fury.
Hey.
Oh, balls.
You're inspired.
Nice.
+6.
Hit.
packeted. And
I'm just gonna produce flame again. I'm not really interested in saving this fight one way or another, but here we go.
It's hilarious. That's a hit. Patch of his fur goes up in fire.
And sorry, there we go.
Don John screams out, "Come on, fancy man, show me what you got."
All right. Coming. Vicious
Rendar
mockery.
chuckles.
Just gonna do vicious mockery on the
Fancy
remaining.
man.
Where at?
Come on. 14.
Ah!
Brer Rat shakes its head, but it doesn't. Nothing happens. It laughs in a weird
Well, I tried.
rat way. Don John's not impressed. Ah, come on, be real adventurers, and he goes off on this guy again.
Yes, be real adventurers, the man says.
Rendar was thinking the same thing.
You stick him with the pointy end. You don't whip him with it. Jeez.
He gets him that one time though, the last one. For 4 damage. He's like, "Well, I'm a little old now. I mean, give me a break."
Ah, yes, the age excuse.
Should have died in battle like a man.
Wow.
I'm 212. What age excuse you really have?
You're also not a man.
Ooh, that one hit. Constitution saving throw. The rat bites him in his side. Oh.
Oh no.
Okay. Rendar.
Can I use my bonus action to pull javelin and pick it up?
Yeah, sure.
Alright, sweet. Because that great axe on that other were red.
Nice. Yeah, how do you
Oh,
kill
come
him?
on.
You've got to do max damage on all the crit rolls.
How do you kill him?
Literally just cleave it in two. Just axe over the head, right down the middle.
Nice.
And I assume that's combat?
Yeah, I'm trying to turn it off. Nice. Yeah, the last rat goes down. Don John's looking at this gash in his side, bite and blood coming out. He's like, "Oh, that can't be good."
Yeah, you should probably get that treated. Otherwise, you're looking forward to some rock joint later on. Anyways, safe and sound. So
In all my time, this has never happened to me.
Well,
I
it's happened.
fought one time. I fought like 10 of these things at once, all by myself. Not one
you were
bite.
blindfolded too, weren't you?
Well, how'd you know? Well, you've heard the story.
One of
I'll
many.
toss
I'm
him
sure.
a pack of rations.
Well, you know, as the saying goes, there's a first time for everything.
He's like, "Now let's get in there and clear this place out." And he starts to walk
I
in.
Sir, I don't believe that was the nature of our clause.
Oh, come on, this is fun. You can't give this up.
Possibly fun for you, but we do require our monetary payment.
Rendar's raging, so he's following the guy.
I turn to Giovanni. We could just let them die and go collect everything afterwards.
He looks at Render. That's the spirit.
Oh no, as much as I don't like to admit it, I have grown somewhat fond of Rendar. Mr. Jaskin, you still will require to pay us as we have completed the first part of the. We
He's
have
like, yeah,
completed the
yeah, we'll
quest.
talk about that after.
No, sir. We shall discuss payment now.
As you
Our
guys are
reward.
screaming this back and forth through the tunnel.
Rendar, pick him up.
I'm assuming the rage is worn off by this point,
Yeah.
and he's just gonna, like, full palm on chest, just no, shake his head.
Yeah, so as you come up, you just see that there are two doors. One going to the east and one going to the south.
I don't give a shite how many doors there are. I require my money.
Pay me now.
He's like, oh, you kind of adventurous. The good old days. This would have never happened. And he just pulls out a little pouch and it has the 100 gold in it, and he hands it over to Giovanni. He says,
Yes,
here,
well, the good old days, you guys hadn't ruined the housing economy and the market was still viable, so we're making ends meet where we can.
I don't know, words you just said.
I shall pocket the 100 gold for now, everybody.
Add it to the town coffers.
Of course, of course. Everything shall be funneled back into the town to revitalize it.
Indeed. Starting with the man.
Now then, Mr. Jaskin, if you do wish for us to explore the mine, then we do require more payment.
He's
We
like,
are free to negotiate,
he's like,
after all.
you can have whatever those damn were-rats have on them. How about that?
No, those are rats, and they are infected with the plague.
He's like, they're also
I
people.
don't care
People
much
have
for them.
stuff.
Yes, I am very aware that people have things, such as yourself, and I assume you have more money.
Should you not be able to afford our services, I'm sure we can strike some kind of deal in regards to the future output of this mine.
He says, look, I'm just, uh, I'm just here to figure out what's going on over here. He's like, I don't get paid that much,
Well,
but
it would seem that our parting, we must part now.
he's like, but I'm sure the business that owns this mine will give you some kind of reward.
A business that allows were-rats to run freely in their mine that is supposed to be producing gold of some sort, I'm assuming. I don't really
He
know.
says, well, that's the problem. They weren't producing a lot, and so that's why they sent me to figure out what's wrong. Apparently, it's these were-rats.
Well, I'm glad we've found the solution for them. Let's all go back now and tell them.
He's like, we could just clear it out right now. We're right here.
Did
Mr.
you get paid to
Jaskin.
clear out a mine? I didn't get paid to clear out a mine.
Nope.
Rendar's torn. He wants to kill rats, but he hasn't been paid.
Come on, we gotta eliminate these varmints here.
That removes our leverage in the negotiations, though.
He says,
Oh, Rendar's not saying anything. He's just kind of like the dog who wants to go out, just like looking at the door, just like, oh, come on, come on.
You know, in this day and age, money has much higher value. We can no longer do things out of the kindness of our hearts.
I haven't seen you
Or
do
for
a
the
kind thing
thrill
yet
of
out
it.
of your hearts. But he's like, if you're not gonna help me, then I can't force you to. I'll just have to do it on my own.
Right. Well, it has been a pleasure.
It's like,
Yes,
yeah,
it has.
off with you then.
It has been a pleasure meeting you, Mr. Jaskun.
He's like, I wish I could say the same. You are.
But however, I believe this is where we shall part.
He just like flicks his hand up as he walks through this door. He closes it behind him.
5 gold. We never see him again.
Well, we probably will when the next person asks us to come here to eliminate were-rats. We'll probably see one in a hat just like his.
Ah, very true. Very true. Well, shall we?
Let us shall.
Yes, lycanthropy is quite a nasty business. I read about it when I went to college. Were you surprised I'd read?
Just surprised you managed to get conned at college. Can learn that stuff for free, you know? Call the library.
Yes,
Quelle
well-
surprise.
Libraries don't have newer books, so, you know. Go to college to pay for the luxury of having fresh ones, fresh tomes of knowledge.
So, by now,
You literally just leave him there.
Did we hear screaming come from the other side of the door?
how
As
long?
we
How long
leave?
were you guys talking in front of the door? Was it like right away, or did you?
I assume we stood there talking for like 2 minutes, and then we're like, well, let's go.
Yeah, within that time, no, you didn't hear anything.
All right.
I mean, he's gonna turn anyways. So he's gonna turn in like a day or so anyway. So I mean, there's no point. We might as well just cut our losses and get out of here.
Yep. Like I said, we didn't get paid to clear any were-rat caverns.
And poor Shetty is resting at home right now.
We should go check on him, make sure he's doing right.
Yes, he's our. How do
He
I-
is aged. He may have passed in his hammock.
Yes, and technically he is our collateral for us not abandoning town.
True.
So, in order, like by now, by the time you got there, the sun was going down. So heading back, you'd be going back at night. So you're gonna just keep going, or you're gonna set up camp?
Well, I do have the Outlander perk, so
And if we set up camp, I say we do it a little ways away from the were-rat cavern. I don't feel like being ambushed in the night.
Yes, just in case we see one with a hat coming out, seeking vengeance.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
sorry, Wanderer background.
Oh my goodness.
Opta decides, alright, Opta decides then. Amadeus, set up camp with you. Don't worry, Rendar. Sherry isn't here to command you around, so.
That being
So
said, we
have-
could use a latrine, so why don't you get started on it over there?
Yes, that would be most wonderful. Well, I'll have Amadeus set up everything else.
I will need a shovel.
Well, you are in luck. I take a shovel out of my pack. Here you are.
God damn it!
Would you like any of us to supervise as you do it, so as you get in the mood?
Nope, nope. It's fine. It's fine.
All right. Just thought you'd miss Sherry after all this time away from him. I'll put my feet up.
I go find like a nice little brook that I can go sit beside and like kind of soak my feet in while we wait.
Okay.
I say, what a laborious day it has been.
Exhausting, really.
Yes, I mean, just yesterday, I've ran more than I've ever run in the past 5 years. Quite eventful this past week.
Well, hopefully things will settle down now that we have the town in ship shape, as it were.
Yes, and we are also 100 gold richer. Oh, Amadeus, be careful with firewood. Thank you. No, stack it the other way. Good.
Don't you know bark down keeps it dry? Come on, Amadeus.
Okay. you guys set up camp.
Just FYI, Render's gonna murder all of you in your sleep.
Scrolling through maps is like such a pain in the butt in this on Roll20.
As payment for you digging the latrine, I hand you a single good berry.
Oh, thank you so much.
Oh, think nothing of it. Think nothing of it. Giovanni, there's one here for you as well.
Oh, thank you.
He didn't even dig the.
I beg your pardon. I shot fire from my hands.
Oh, look at me! I'm a spellcaster. I can shoot fire.
Do you have any idea
Yeah.
how taxing it is creating fire from nothing and throwing it at things? It's exhausting.
No,
Precisely.
I swing my axe and I kill shit.
I'd say that's much easier. I had to go
Yeah.
to school to learn what I do.
I have to meditate.
Exactly.
Oh, boo hoo! You get to relax.
In the meantime, Amadeus, put on the kettle, will you? Quite parched. Thank you.
Okay.
Would you like anything, Vendar?
No, it's fine.
Any particular brews of teas you would like? I have 3.
It's fine.
I want to go searching the wilderness, not far from camp, but I want to try and find any hallucinatory mushrooms, and I want to pick one and be like, "Here, Render, I got this special for you. It'll help you relax."
Okay, give me a survival check. Do you have advantage on those?
No, but I am proficient.
15. Yeah, you do find some.
Now,
And
I also have the Wanderer background. Would I recognize these mushrooms?
does that give you proficiency in nature?
Well, I do have proficiency in nature, so.
Okay, yeah, that's all I meant. Yeah. Give me a. Yes,
Oh, damn.
you
Ah,
would.
fuck you.
I mean, but would you still
I,
take
I
it?
just hand it to you. I'm like, "Here, take this. It'll help you relax. Take the edge off."
Render knows exactly what it is, and he takes it anyways.
It's gonna be an interesting night, boys.
All right, so yeah, you guys set up camp.
I'm gonna
Is there
put the
anything?
good berry in my sandwich.
Yeah, I bust out some elven flatbread and some dried meat, and then just start eating.
And how far away from the mine did you guys travel before you set up camp? Did you say?
As far as we could get before it became full night, I think.
Okay.
We don't want Rendar digging a latrine in the dark. It's dangerous.
Yeah, exactly. I accidentally fall in.
I'm setting a hunting trap right in front of the tree.
All right. Are you guys gonna do a watch of any sort?
Well, I suppose if we must.
Maybe I should. I should
We should maybe have Rendar take first watch before that stuff fully kicks in.
I don't think that's a good idea.
I'll have Amadeus keep watch.
I will take last watch.
Okay. Can your servant keep watch?
Well, I can do simple menial labor tasks and stuff.
Like, is it smart enough to?
If anybody other than the 3 of us comes near camp, wake one of us up.
I guess that could be simple. Okay.
Servant can perform simple tasks that a human servant could do, such as fetching things, cleaning, mending, folding clothes, lighting fire, serving food, pouring wine.
Okay.
It's probably not proficient in perception, but
Oh
it can at
yeah.
least do the job.
All right. So whoever takes the watch after, roll me perception.
How many watches are we doing? Just two, Amadeus and myself.
I think so.
All right, that works for me because I only need 4-hour trance anyways, so he can take the first half of the night, and I will take second.
All right then. Good night.
Terrible.
Yeah. Okay. uh, during the second half of the night, uh, like maybe 2 hours before the sun rises, you actually do hear something coming towards you. And when you look to the north, kind of northeast, behind this tree, you just hear like, doosh, doosh, and you see this massive troll come around.
Oh God.
I mean, I assume everybody. So for my watch, I'd probably be sitting out like over here-ish. I assume other people
Yeah.
would be in their tents.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we could.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna sit here and do nothing and hope
Probably,
it just goes away.
it would probably be that way, right? You would have the better tent.
Assuming we have different quality tents. Yes.
I think you would. So yeah.
All right.
uh, yeah. I'm sorry. What did you say again?
I was gonna say I would do nothing. I would stay completely still and wait to see if it just goes away.
Okay. Yeah. Coming right.
Why are the trees attacking me? I don't understand what's going on.
All right.
You're still asleep. It's fine.
I like that idea.
Oh no.
A second one and a third one show up. Balls.
Yeah. When you try to stay still and it comes around, it's looking right at you. And there's
Crap.
saliva coming out of its mouth. But you also notice that it looks damaged, like beat up. Like you can see these just claw marks on it all over the place, and as if it was
Oh
attacked
man, I'm
by
getting like
something.
Attack on Titan shit. Oh.
How much do I know about trolls? Like, do they speak common?
They speak giant.
Don't know that language. I'm gonna I'm gonna move over here.
Yep. Roll initiative.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah, before it's coming right at you.
Yeah, so I was over.
Rendar and Giovanni. Since you're sleeping, it would be like a surprise round for you because you'd have to wake up.
Yeah.
Oh hot damn.
Alright, so he is asleep. Rendar is asleep. The troll just comes pounding through. Right up to you. And you can just see that it looks like it's just starving. It's just saliva's just coming out of its mouth, and it clearly just wants to eat you. And it swings with its claws at you. Oh my god.
It's definitely a hit.
5. So desperate for 8 slashing. He claws with his other hand
Miss.
and misses. Then he tries to bend down and bite you.
That's a hit.
Alright. Valeria, what do you do?
Just look at him and I say, rude? And I take my last good berry and I shove it in its mouth. And I say, go away! And I wild shape.
Awesome.
Gonna wild shape into a. Yeah, I'm gonna go direwolf.
Yep.
Nice.
And I will take a bit of movement just to get there. and howl loudly, hopefully loud enough to wake my compatriots up.
Mm-hmm.
That's be the end of my turn.
I get a Zalari's token to a 2x2.
Yeah,
Oh, it is. Should have went
thank
for the
you.
right size.
Yeah,
So
for whatever reason, it doesn't seem to resize when I change it.
weird because when I was playing around with it, it was doing that. So that's
Maybe I did it wrong.
no, I mean there's only one way you can do it. So yeah, I mean by this round, Rendar and Giovanni would definitely be waking up hearing this troll like I don't know, saying and swinging and stuff like that.
It shouldn't be hungry and starving anymore. It's had a good berry. Enough to last you a whole day.
All right, so you going to attack?
No, sorry, that was my turn. I used my action to give it the good berry and tell it to go away, and then a bonus action wild shape. That's the end for me.
Oh my god.
Giovanni.
I am asleep. My beauty sleep is interrupted. I sort of just peek at. I sort of just throw open my my nightstand. That's not good. Yes. How do we beat? I forgot how we beat trolls. Uh, Vicious Mockery.
Okay.
Just rubbing my eyes.
Come on. Oh. 19.
Oh,
my
God.
god, 2 crits. He's just so, and he's so hungry. Well, angry and crazy right now.
I'm sure I recognize that giant wolf. Zalaria, go get him. It's fine. Amadeus, make me a tea in the meantime, will you?
Okay, that's definitely more than 6 seconds. Rendar.
I'm just gonna begin the command. It moves on my turn.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Renar's just gonna like blow through that fucking tent and attack.
Okay.
He's also raging. Bonus action.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
Yeah. Also reckless attack. Well, no.
You would have had to call that
save
before you
for the
rolled it.
next one. Yeah,
That's
no,
fair.
I'll save that for the next one.
So 16? Am I reading that right or?
Yep.
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 Nice. He's just... He looks at you, Rendar.
Oh no.
He claws and bites. What's your
I'm gonna
AC?
see if I can cut in words the first one.
Oh god.
He bites for 7 piercing. So that's, you're cutting words it, so it's 5?
No.
Oh, cutting
The
words.
first attack, but 16 still hits Rendar, I'm sure.
Oh. And then the 25. It's claw. He rolls 12 slashing.
So because
19
I'm
total.
raging, I get 5 piercing damage and 6 slashing.
It'd be 19 total, so it would just be half of that.
Yeah, just half. round it down.
So 9.
So yeah, 9.
9.
Mm-hmm. Zelaria.
All right, I'm gonna make an attack with advantage. That pack attacks.
Also, you are also inspired.
Which I don't need because I have advantage pack attacks. And damage. I can't roll the damage automatically from this. Give me a second.
Oh, it doesn't do anything when you type attack.
No. Slash roll. Sorry.
Isn't it the crit?
It is.
So just just max out those dice.
So
Just max out
I'm
the
just
crit
maxing
dice.
out all the crit dice.
I don't know.
So
I
it's
think we just
2d6
maxed out
maxed would be 12, and then multiply that by 2, so 24, 27 piercing damage.
I think we're only maxing out crit die though.
Oh, so just okay.
Maybe the 2d6 and then plus the hard 12. It's plus 12.
There you go.
So what was the total damage? I'm all confused.
20.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, he's looking pretty bad.
And I'll take a bit of movement just to get around him, and then my turn.
Kind of like drops to a knee.
Oh, can it make a strength saving throw, please? See if it gets knocked prone. DC 13.
Eight.
It is prone.
He's now prone. Well, he fell on his knee anyway, so it was perfect. Giovanni. He's looking desperate, like he knows he's gonna die, but he's just hungry and angry.
Kind of got that one eye only like half. I got one eye open, and that one eye open is only half open. How do firebolt? Ha!
It goes right over his head as he falls down.
Did I get it? Amadeus, hot on the tea.
Oh, me again? God damn it. Alright, well. I'm declaring reckless attack on this one.
It's prone. You don't need to. You already have advantage.
It doesn't matter.
All right, go. Do it.
Nice. How do you kill it?
Yeah, just chop its head off.
Swing, chop. Alright, yeah, as the thing drops down, you are out of initiative. The rest of the night goes uninterrupted. And the sun
Wait,
comes
isn't
up.
that a troll? Like,
Hmm?
don't trolls have a certain ability?
Regenerate kind of thing.
They do.
I'm not dropping wild shape till I'm sure this thing's not coming back.
This one has not come back.
Okay.
Wonderful.
Rendar builds a fire and just kind of drags it through it a couple times.
No. Amadeus, fetch the cat. No. I'm sitting by the fire, just making sure that tea doesn't get spilled as he drags it through the campfire. Would anybody like some?
I would love a cup of tea, I say, after I drop my wild shape, after burning one of my spell slots to regain some health.
Wonderful. Amadeus, poor for me. I can't see. My eyes are still closed. And I will lazily walk, slump, limp all the way back to my tent.
Okay. Yeah, the sun comes up in the morning, and you guys are good to go, long rested.
Rendar, could
Thank
you
you.
pack up these tents and we can get on our way?
Oh, okay.
Don't worry. No, actually, Amadeus will do the packing up here. Why don't you cover up the latrine? Throw some dirt over it.
Don't forget to add some cool ashes
Fine.
to it. It'll eliminate the smell and help it decompose quicker.
Yes. We also don't want anything on our tail. Pick up our scent.
As Rendar turns away, you're all gonna die in your sleep.
Amadeus, chop chop. We have a long day ahead of us, and political campaigns to begin.
Alright,
So bad.
you guys pack up, get all your stuff together, and head back to Fandle. And on the way there, there's nothing crazy happening. When you get there, you just see people doing their normal things, and the town seems to have quieted down a little bit, and it's kind of back to normal.
I assume we stop by the shack at some point, at which point I will jab Costa to make sure he's still alive and breathing, but otherwise I will leave him be.
Yeah, he does his thing. No, no, no.
Make sure you turn him on his side after a while.
Randar's on it. He knows.
Wait, this is out of character. Has Kirsty kept up with what we've done? I mean, it's been a while since she popped back inside.
In our last game, I told her. Or,
All right.
after our last game, I wrote to her and told her everything that's going on. Hi, Kirsty. I didn't even notice she was in here.
Doesn't have a
actually
headset,
joined
but
a little
listen.
while ago.
Just caught up with the current events.
Yeah.
So, shall we see about putting that 100 gold pieces towards repairing the old manor?
Yes, we shall. Who shall we contract? The question is.
Anybody but that woodworker with her 5 gold piece chairs.
Well, I do believe she's the only carpenter in town, so frankly, we're shite out of options.
If it must be, then.
You know, we could always contract from Neverwinter, but however, you know, if we may have to pay more because of travel expenses.
Yes, shipping and handling and such.
Yes. In the meantime, I shall insert this into our coffers.
Wait, we need a chair? I can build that.
Can you now, Brenda?
Probably.
Like a fine chair, though. I'm not talking a stool with one rickety leg.
Yes, Brenda. We are looking for claws, not for a plank of wood, not for 4 planks of wood
What
in
kind
a
of check
circular.
would that be?
Uh, what do you think it
You
would
have
be?
carpenter's tools?
Nope.
I have no idea what kind of sleight of hand.
Right?
with an intelligence base?
I don't know.
Well, you don't even have the proper tools. You don't have chisel, planing tool.
Never mind. I don't have my tools on me.
I don't want anything too splintery, you know?
Alright, what do you guys do?
Well, Town Master, what shall we do the rest of our day?
I'd say we probably have to go commission that dreadful woman, extortionist, a highway robber, to repair the roof to our mansion, a manor.
Mind you, perhaps Barthen's provisions could do simple roof repair.
What a great idea! I shall go check. Feel free to come along.
Oh, I will happily join you. Although I will not enter because I don't think he likes me too much.
It's all right. He doesn't like me either.
Rendar's going right in.
I do what I
Burst.
usually do, which is just wait across the street, laying in the grass, watching the clouds go by.
We'll burst into the shop.
Yeah, when you burst in, he just looks at you, and you can just see his expression go from like happy to "Hey, customer" to "Yay!
Hello.
Oi!
Can I help you?"
Hello, Mr. Barthen. How was your day?
It was good.
Was? Why so? Pray tell.
It's just, it turned out to be a busier day than I thought.
Yes, and I say you shall be even busier than you've ever been. Because I have a wonderful job for you.
And what might this job be?
Ask me again. Ask me again. In a better tone.
He's like, I don't have time for this. I have a lot of work to do right
Neither
now.
is Rendar. He's pinching the bridge of his nose. Just, oh
No,
god.
Mr. Barthen, just say, and what pray tell may that be, Mr. Adderveer?
He does that thing where he like pinches between his eyes, like in his nose. He's like, what can I do for you?
Why, what a wonderful question, Mr. Barthen. I, along with my compatriots, would like to commission you and whoever else runs your shop to repair the roof of Tressitar Manor.
He's like, I run a general store, not a lumber yard.
Well, I'm sure you have plenty of wood here, and I'm sure you are good with a hammer and nails.
He's like, you know what? You're right, Giovanni. I'll get right on that.
Wonderful. When can we expect you?
Tomorrow
Morning or evening?
morning, bright and early.
Bright and early. Ere the sun rises?
That's when.
Wonderful. I shall hold you to that.
He's like, good day to you, sir.
In fact, why don't we write up a clause so it's legally binding?
He's like, there's no law here.
Well, there is. Well, there will be very soon. I won't tell you. I won't tell you why, but just know that you're on somebody's shit list now.
He's like,
Rendar does the two fingers to the eyes thing.
he's like, uh, he's like, I really have to get back to my job.
Ah, yes, to your job, where you have so many adoring customers all around. As I
I just
look
got
around,
supplies in. I need to stock up.
yes, you do. As I wipe a little dust off the counter. Real busy in here, isn't it? Turning a real coin, aren't you?
As you say that,
Mr.
a
Barton?
customer walks in. Hey, Elmer. He's like, yes, seems like we are getting busier.
Rendar pulls his great axe.
No. It is obvious we are not welcome here. We shall take our business elsewhere.
He puts it away.
And as you walk away, he just starts talking to the lady who came in. What can I get you there?
I don't know. I'm not gonna commit vandalism just yet. I have a public image to keep up. So, Barton can't build. He's not a builder. We'll have to contract that awful woman.
He didn't know anybody else?
They'll probably. I mean, if anything, he'll probably tell us to go to her
Ugh.
and her 5 gold chairs.
Well, I suppose we have few options.
Well, head up high. We've an image to uphold.
Well, maybe she'll throw in a beanbag chair with this one.
You say that, yet I still don't know what a beanbag chair is.
Well, like I said, it's a bag filled out of it's made of leather, filled with like hay and other soft material, and you just kind of put it on the ground and you sit in it. It's quite relaxing,
It sounds
although
dreadful.
lumbar support is lacking.
Sounds absolutely dreadful. Brenda, come along. Burst into the woodworkers.
Okay. Yeah, you burst in. She's sitting in a chair and she's just carving this piece of wood.
Is the apprentice guy that we sent here as well? One of the dwarven brothers?
He is not.
Hmm.
Talking about Dazzlin, I believe his name
Yes.
is.
Yeah, dazzling.
When you come in, she says, "Oh, welcome, boys. I knew you'd be back."
Yes, unfortunately, you're the only carpenter in town, so
Like, yep, yes,
we have
I
come to
am.
you. Although we can always hire someone from Neverwinter.
Yeah, go. She's like, go right ahead. Those shipping rates are quite high.
I hate this town.
Oh, I think. Well, you are right. I do hate this town as well. Although I should be the first one to go.
She goes, "Is that so? Aren't you trying to run for mayor? But you hate this town, huh?"
Excuse me?
You just said to your friend over there you hate this town. So why are you running for mayor?
Running for what now? What are you talking about?
We heard that you've been asking around about who's the next mayor gonna be.
Come to
Yes.
mention it, you would make a fine mayor. This is the first I've heard of it, but I think you do a great job.
Yes. I don't believe. I was just curious. I was just piqued my curiosity as all. Politics was a minor of mine in the Bard's College in Baldur's Gate, but now that you mention it, I think I might have a knack at it.
She says, it ain't it. You don't have to be that bright to figure out why you're asking. She's like, I don't want to be mayor, that's for sure. Not of this raggedy town.
Is that why you're charging 5 gold a chair?
Just trying to make a living.
Yeah, it's an illegal one. Anyways,
Charging more than most of these people make in a year for a chair. I don't know how you make any sort of living in this town.
might as well be living. Might as well be sitting on the floor. Anyways, how much money would it take for you to repair the roof on Tressidar Manor?
She's like, that's a pretty big job. Tressing
Well,
down manor, it's she's like, that would take years.
well, as I see it, you have approximately 2.5 weeks.
She's like, you, you're a funny one.
That I am. Although I am not joking here. You have an apprentice, Dazzlin, or rather, you should. Why don't you? I mean, if he works for you, you should cut the time down in half.
She's like, were you the ones feeding that poor boy with all that nonsense? Coming
He'd make
asking to work for
he'd
me.
That
make a
was.
great carpenter.
I was.
He's got fine hands.
I wasn't aware he was a boy to begin with. He looked older than I.
Uh, she's like, well, I had to grow up really soon after my pa passed away and take over this shop of his.
No, dear. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the dwarf. Not everything is about you.
She says, well, he's small. I just call him a boy.
As far as you know, he may be 60 years old.
He may be.
Anyways, I'll let you know. I'll let you know. You said that about dwarves. Anyways, roofing, Tressidar Manor, 2.5 weeks. Can you do it?
She says, That's damn near impossible. The manor is destroyed. The whole place has to be rebuilt.
And
You know how long it takes to build a manor and how expensive that is?
I've seen Mennonites do it in a day.
And if you're bold enough to charge 5 gold apiece for a chair, for a bloody chair, then you should be able to repair that bloody manor in no time at all.
Just like, are you really gonna come here and waste my time?
Are you really going to sit there and waste our time? We were prepared to offer you a king's reward,
She says,
a
fixing the manor
king's
is
bounty.
literally impossible. She says, you know how long it takes me to make a chair? You expect me to be able to fix a manor in 2 weeks? You're gonna need
Yes.
a labor force. You're gonna need lots of gold.
Well, there's plenty of people over at the quarry. I'm sure they can help.
She goes, those people are busy working.
What, mining for stone? I'm sure that pays a lot.
She's like, well, listen here. I'm not the one to come to get this work done.
Well,
Well,
pray tell, who would be?
She goes, you're gonna need to go to Neverwinter and find some contractors.
Yes, to it seem you are insufficient.
Because most people here build their or fix up their own homes. We don't have that kind of fancy stuff. We're not from the big city like you are. She looks at Giovanni.
Yeah,
Yes, it is quite apparent in your apparel.
I wonder how any of these buildings get built in this town. Do they all bring in contractors from out of town?
Don't you know the history of this place?
No. No, I do
I-
not.
No, I don't frankly care, but do
She
regale
starts to
us.
go on when you say that, yeah. And then she
Do
stops.
regale us. Do regale us.
She's like, well, if you knew anything about this town, you would know that we don't have that kind of stuff here.
Well, I fail to understand. How did this town come to be if you don't have that kind of stuff to build this town with? Did it
Town,
just magically appear?
this town has been here for a long time. At one point, it collapsed and became an abandoned place, and just recently, maybe a couple of years ago, everyone started moving back in, fixing up their own houses, trying to turn it into a prospering place. We're all
Is
hard
that it?
workers here, so
Super
if you're gonna
pissed.
live here, you need to be a hard worker, or you're just not gonna make it.
Was that it? The whole story about your town? How dreadful. Well, don't stop being a woodworker. You're certainly not cut out to be a storyteller.
She's like, she starts to sand a piece of wood she's working on. She's
Yeah,
like,
you should keep doing that.
wish I could help you, really do.
With your attitude
Rendar
towards us,
is
I
not
do
amused.
doubt that.
She says, now if you don't mind, I want to get back to this. I can get it done for my paying customers.
Oh, no, no.
Bet you would.
Of course you
Bet
would. Of course, we would be paying customers if you weren't charging such extortionate rates. Anyways, good day.
As we leave, I kind of like just look over. I'm sorry. Out of interest, who could afford your chairs? I'm assuming that's what you're building currently.
She says, not you apparently. And she just smiles.
I turn. I still hate this town.
Come. We'll have to hire contractors out of Neverwinter.
Um,
One moment. Well, I'm sure there's a pigeon somewhere in my hall, so might as well go check.
Yeah, he must have some way of contacting the larger city.
Precisely.
Out of a character, did she really say 5 gold pieces?
I'm pretty sure that's what she
I
said.
was like, that doesn't.
You told us 5 gold pieces for the chair, for a chair.
And it would take her like 6 months to make. We were just like, wait, what?
Like, she's making a throne out of gold at that point.
That's awesome.
I'm this close to Divine Sense, Divine Fury. Just
Poor Fandolin.
I think we need to get Rendar something to hit soon. He's starting to throb at the temple again.
Don't worry, we'll fell a tree and have you. We'll plane the log and have you whack at it all you want. In the meantime, I'm gonna look left and right, make sure nobody's looking as I'm in front of the hall, and I'm gonna enter with my key.
Okay. Yeah, when you
Come in,
give me
come
a
in.
stealth
I
check.
haven't I'm not really gonna try to be sneaky. I'm just gonna look left and right, make sure there's nobody looking at us
Oh, okay.
in our direction.
Because it's like people are walking up and down the streets doing their little thing.
I'm just gonna make sure. I'll wait until it's pretty cleared,
Okay.
or like the two people that passed us, their backs are towards us.
All right. Give me a perception check. All right. Yeah, you don't notice anyone looking at you, and you walk on in. When you come inside, it's what you would expect out of a small town, town master's hall. It's just some desks inside. There's a small spot in one of the far walls where there's like it looks like a jail cell. Jail jail cell. You also see that there's a clock tower inside with that little string that comes down so you can pull the rope and it rings the bell. But besides that, it just looks like an office place where they do business.
Please come into my office.
Well, I mean, it's reasonably well appointed, but I think you could probably spruce it up a bit.
Yes, I'm thinking of that. That that prison cell looks like it needs to be filled. I know I can already think of 2 candidates.
At least.
Precisely. It could fit at least 4. Now then, onwards to communication to Neverwinter. Does he have anything? Like a pigeon nearby or something?
Give me you just like look around and investigation
Yeah.
check then.
Well, yeah.
I will help in any way I can, trying to find some way that he has to communicate with Neverwinter.
Um,
A quicker way. Obviously, we can do it at the hard way. We just go up there ourselves.
yeah, you look around for anything that would be used like that, like a pigeon, but you don't find anything like that. You do see uh, mail like that came to and from Neverwinter, but you don't really. You would assume it was by courier.
Well, bollocks.
Unfortunate.
We'll have to send mail the old-fashioned way. Although I do have the stamp, maybe it'll get you better eyes, or better. Well, yes, better eyes. The quicker.
If we are going to use the stamp, we should maybe wait until all the suspicions are cleared against our names in town.
Ah, yes, until I'm officially appointed.
Yes.
Yeah, it's quite a good idea. Good idea. Well, we'll have to send a letter in the meantime, a regular one. Oh Lord.
Do you know any reputable carpenters in Neverwinter?
No, I hate. In fact, I hate the city.
I've never actually been myself.
Good. Don't. Sherry can attest to that. We're both from the south. Oh,
Did they beat? Did their team beat your team in the footy ball?
Yes.
I hear they have quite the talent there.
Nothing but shite. That's what they are. Cock gobblers with
Bunch of cheaters and divers.
a bunch of knobheads. I'm going to Lion Shield Caster because I'm pretty sure that's where they do that stuff.
Okay.
Bursting in.
You burst in. There. What was that? Were you laughing at
keep
something
going.
I said?
Just laughing.
Oh. Um. Yeah, you burst in. You as you come in, you see that blonde woman. She's yelling at one of her employees, and as you come in, she just says something like, "You're always a klutz, dropping everything. Be careful with that."
You know, I can. I have somebody in mind that could be possibly a better apprentice.
And she's like, "I think anyone would be better than her."
Yes. How do you work with dwarves?
She's like, well, they're a little short, but I mean, I don't know if they could reach everything. She goes, "Is there something I could do for you?"
Yes, we have to go about sending mail into Neverwinter.
Uh, she says, "Well, I guess you would send it with the courier when they come."
You can't send anything on a horse,
She's
something.
this. She's like, "This is a merchant company. I mean,
Exactly. You would have direct communication.
we sell goods like supplies, armor, weapons."
I hate this town. Anyways, when does the courier arrive?
I mean, we're not a courier service. She says, "We send our mail just like everybody else does in town. When the courier
Okay,
comes
when does what?
around noon
Noon today? Tomorrow?
today,
Every day?
every other day,
So today at noon.
around there
What time
usually
is
it
it?
comes."
Wait, what time is it? I'm gonna just open the door again and look outside and look
Like
up.
10 a.m.
We have time. So, do you have any furniture to sell?
She says, she looks at you like her face just goes numb. Like I just said. So she's like, "Just supplies, armor, and weapons."
Well, I would consider furniture supplies, wouldn't you think, Zelaria?
Nope.
I mean, you can't. I can't honestly be expected to travel without a fine chair.
Supplies for the home, or wherever else you may bed down.
Uh, she says, "If you want supplies, maybe you should try Barton's Provisions."
I thought you sold supplies here.
Oh, I thought. Oh, sorry.
I said furniture.
Oh, furniture. That's what I meant. Yeah. Well, she says, maybe he would know, but I don't. I have no idea.
Yes.
Ask the woodworker next door.
Oh, heavens no. We're no longer on good terms.
She's like, well, what happened there? She's such a nice lady.
She's a bitch. But, anyways, have a good day.
Her face lights up like, whoa. She's like, yeah, good talking to you.
She shall be the first one to go. Do what you want with that statement.
She's looking at you a little confused.
I'm only joking. Comedian is a part of my titles now.
She goes, some funny jokes.
Quite.
Out of interest, do I remember whether the owner of the Lion Shield Coster is somebody with like serious pull in the city? Like she's on the council or some shit, isn't she?
She, well, she runs. Um, Her building is owned by the Lion Shields. It's like a merchant company. It was Halia Thornton,
Oh, okay.
the one that works with Zentarum. That was like the hire.
I'm more worried about whether or not Giovanni's ruining his chances of getting elected at the moment.
No, don't worry about it. I'm working on my material at the moment. It's a little rough. Just testing it on people. See how it turns out. Anyways, to Barthen's we go. Or should I say back to Barthen's? Come.
There must be somebody in this town who is useful and can at least tell us a useful carpenter out of Neverwinter to hire without going back to the woodworkers. I'm not looking at her again. I refuse.
I'm going to gently knock first.
He's like, we're open.
I'm going to burst in.
Okay.
Good morning.
He just I was just about to run out. Can we talk about this later?
Good morning, Mr. Barthen. How was your day so far?
It's all right. He's
Until
looking at you
now,
like we
isn't
just
it?
talked.
Have we? I don't recall. Anyways, listen, Mr. Barthen. Listen, what's your first name? Elmer?
Yes.
Well, listen here, Elmo. I'm in need of furniture.
We've been through this.
Have we? I don't recall.
Uh, he's like, we sell ordinary goods and supplies. Backpacks, rope, rations,
Why, I consider furniture a part of ordinary supplies. What did you say,
bedrolls. We
Zalaria?
sell bedrolls.
I feel like there's two shops in this town that do the same thing. Barthen's Provisions and the Lion Shield Custer. You both sell supplies, but no chairs.
Oh, she sells some supplies and armor. I sell supplies and goods.
Well, would you say if one of you was to be eliminated, would anything change?
What kind of question is that?
Just a hypothetical question, really. Curiosity.
It's like,
Logistics.
sure are
Just
some strange adventurers.
yes, indeed we are. How much for that chair over there and that little table?
My furniture's not for sale.
I'm ready to pay you for it. 5 gold for the chair and table.
He's looking so frustrated right now. He's just like turning red. Uh,
All right. 7.
it's like, I really wish I could help you here, but I'm running a business. I need my furniture.
Well, perhaps you can help us in a different way then. We're looking for a trustworthy carpenter. Apparently nobody in this city is able to do the work we need. Do you know anyone reputable in Neverwinter?
He says, I mean, I, I think I can look up some carpenters for you, but I might have a contact here or there.
That would be greatly appreciated if you do, Mr. Barthen.
Yeah. I'll find one. Come back tomorrow.
Thank you very much, Elko. Here, for your troubles. I'm gonna hand him 1 gold piece.
Wow. He takes. He's like, no, thanks.
Yes, I shall be back for the table and chair later this day.
Oh my god. I was drinking something right when you said that. Almost spit out.
I was waiting for that line.
Oh my god, I'm gonna spit up all over my monitor. He just laughs. He's like, ah. He just shakes his head and like just starts to walk away.
So,
But if we have to wait till tomorrow to get the contact information for somebody from Neverwinter, we can't send the mail today because it has to go out by noon.
you're right. I'm going back inside.
The gentle knock first, wait for the response, burst in.
Oh god. Okay.
No, I'm just gonna burst right back in.
All right. You burst in and He's just about to walk into like the back storage room when you bust in, and he turns and he sees you, and he just shoulders just sag like, oh my god. He's like, I'll be right there, and he walks in and closes the door.
I'll be at the counter. Yeah, I'll saunter up to the counter. Just one arm, put my elbow on it.
I've walked over to the chair that Giovanni was eyeing earlier, and I flip it over and I start testing the support structure for the cushion.
How long are you gonna wait?
As long as I need to.
I wait 5 minutes before I take the chair and start heading towards the door.
Well, in about 5 minutes, I was gonna say, another person walks in the store, and they start to like, Elmer? They look at you, Giovanni, and they're like, is Elmer here?
Yes, Edward is in the back.
They start screaming out his name, and you can, you can pretty much hear the sigh come from through the door, and it opens, and he's like, yes, what can I do for you, Mary? And he starts,
Excuse me, I believe I'm your customer here. I'm the first customer here. Mary, take a hike. Get into,
that's not
get
how
in
you
queue.
speak to a woman.
Queue up.
He's like, I'm not going to tolerate this kind of behavior to my my customers here.
I am your customer.
You need to leave.
I already paid you 1 gold. I need you.
Take your
I
gold
need to
piece, and he
listen.
gives it back. He's like, you're just being played rude now.
No, I'm gonna slide it back with my finger. You see, the courier is arriving at noon, and we think of already sending a letter to Neverwinter to contract woodworkers. We would like a name. A name would be nice.
I told you I needed to ask my contacts for that. He's like, why don't you ask Nilsa? I'm sure she can help you.
Yes, why don't you ask Nilsa? She seems like they seem like a nice person. Thank you for your input,
I'll do that for you, okay? He's like, I'll get that. I'll get that right away.
Yeah. Yes, why don't you draft that up before
Starts
noon
talking
today?
to Mary right away.
Noon today. I would appreciate it. In fact, I have no problem waiting here. I have all day.
He starts to put his hand up to like yeah, and then once you say that, he just Mary, I will help you later. And he walks out.
Nonsense. Mary, what do you need help with?
I just came for some supplies.
Oh, what is it you need?
At this point, Solarius sidles up on the opposite side of the desk near the register. She's like, what can I get you?
She's like, I need some more some more food, maybe some bread, and she starts naming out like all these ingredients.
I start rifling through everything behind the counter, trying to find what this lady's asking for.
Well, Zelaria, please, manners. We must do this in an organized manner.
At this point, the back door to the stockroom opens up, and then this young clerk comes out. Mary's like, "Oh, Thistle, you're here."
Yes, Cecile, come. This woman needs supplies, food.
He looks at you and he says, "My name is Thistle."
Thistle?
Thistle.
It's an odd name.
Sissy.
Is it because you're all prickly?
He says, "Yes, I'm no, I can't even say it. Thistle." He's like, "I'm working today. Anders sick." And he looks at Rendar, and he's like, "Why are you behind the counter?"
Wait. Did he say he was working sick?
He said Ander is sick.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm behind the counter, and so is
you
Larry.
I think all of us are behind the counter at this point trying to serve this lady.
He says, "Where's Elmer?"
Oh, Elmo walked out for a moment.
It's not like him to just leave the store. And he looks over at Mary. He's like, I can help Mary."
Yeah, well, he's sending mail. Mary can attest to that. Don't you, Mary?
Like, "Oh yeah, that's what he's doing." She's like oblivious to everything that's happening. She's just there to get her stuff. But she's like, yeah. She's like just agreeing. Like, yeah, that's what he did.
Cecile, why don't you give this woman her supplies? I shall bring up the prices. There must be a lift somewhere.
I know the prices.
Nonsense. We shall go by the books.
He just walks over and there's like a piece of paper under the counter. He just puts it up and it has like all the prices for stuff on it.
Ah, wonderful.
Were we getting swindled the last time we came through here to try and buy anything?
Uh, no, the prices are there. I mean, he might have asked for like a few more, but that's normal.
Hmm. Well, it seems you owe us this much, Mary.
Are you doing the math like correctly, or are you trying to make her pay more or anything?
No, I'm gonna go by the list and adding everything up.
Okay. So she's like, oh, yep, that's pretty much what it's always at, and she hands you the money. And the Thistle's like, I'll take that. I work here. And
No nonsense.
he puts his hand out over yours to take the money from her.
Do you?
Uh,
I've never even seen you before. You just came out of the back room. How did I know you didn't just steal in there?
Mary's like, no, Thistle's been working here for quite some time.
well, I don't trust Thistle too much, so I'm gonna take the money. I'll put it in the register.
Okay, yeah, you slap his hand away and you put it in the register, and he looks at you like, well, at least you put it in the register. So he's like, all right. He's like, I can handle it from here.
Would you like some tea, Mary?
Uh, she says, oh no, I have to get back and start cooking dinner or
Are you
lunch.
sure?
She's like, yes, my kids need food.
What are you cooking?
So some stew.
How much are you cooking?
Got enough just for me and my children. My
How many
husband.
children do you have?
I have two.
Hypothetically speaking, if we gave you more ingredients, would you be able to cook more stew?
She says, no, well, yeah, if I had more ingredients.
Wonderful. Cecile, why don't you get more ingredients for Mary,
My
and I shall
name
pay for it
is
out of my own
Thistle.
pocket. I really don't care. Get it?
He just and he starts to grab the extra supplies and he rings it up. Like, are you doing like double it?
Yeah, just enough. So I'm pretty much getting enough food for her kids and her, plus the three of us.
So he rings it up and he asks you for the money.
Oh wait. We should get a bowl for Costa too. I don't want him to wake up hungry.
This is true.
So yeah, it
Yes.
would be like double.
So how much, Cecile?
He says, well, how much was it for the last guy? You're the one that counted it all up.
I don't know. How am I
We'll
supposed to
just
know?
say it's like 2 gold pieces.
2 gold pieces for vegetables.
It's quite
This
some
is,
stuff. And the beef.
is everything imported in this town?
Yeah, well, we are a small town.
Should be easy to provide for yourselves. Have you ever considered gardening?
She goes, oh, I have my poor Bertha, but she's not ready to be slaughtered. She's still giving us plenty of milk.
Well, 2 gold it is. Out of my pocket.
She said, oh, well, that's very kind of you, sir. And she takes the bags.
Yes. Which one are you, by the
She
way?
goes, she was about to say, this could feed me and my children for 2 days.
I can't wait to see your house.
And then when you say that, she just like stops mid-sentence. And she's like, excuse me?
Well, we're joining you. We're quite famished, and none of us can cook, so, well,
I thought you
you
were
know.
gonna help my family out. I thought that's why you were asking. Give me persuasion check. She goes, but you know, I am a good woman, and gotta be good neighbors. Of course, I'll cook you something nice.
Yes, and I shall have Amadeus assist you.
Who?
Amadeus.
That's not. No, it's fine. I
No,
got it.
please. No, please. He insists. He can't say no, anyways.
Uh, just,
Literally, he can't speak.
oh, he's dumb?
Well, to put it lightly, yes, he's quite stupid.
I see. Especially in the head.
Yes, quite.
Yeah, we get a lot of kids like that these days.
No, he's not a child.
I think it's some. Oh, oh, that's sad.
Come, Mary. I believe this is the beginning of a beautiful new friendship. Do you have a husband?
She's like, yes, I mentioned that.
Wonderful. Can he fight?
Mm. Oh no, he's not a fighter.
Oh, wonderful.
And she looks at he goes, he's a lover, and she like laughs.
I as well. I as well. I don't know if you know me, Giovanni Arabia, greatest musician,
She's a yeah,
poet,
yes,
lover,
yes, I
all
know
the
who
sort
you are.
goes.
Everyone's talking about you around town.
Of course they are. Now then, where is your lovely abode? I wish to meet your beautiful children.
She says it's west from here, a little north, and she points, or actually, yeah, west, just straight west. She points down this way.
Giovanni, go ahead. I'll wait here for Barthen to return with the contact information.
Ah, yes, thank you. Yes, thank you very much. This is Hilaria. Randa, come with me. We shall have a feast. You hungry?
She says, well, dinner won't be ready right now. It's going to take some time.
It's stew. How much time do you need?
She
You
says,
throw the shite in a pot of boiling water, and you heat it up.
I'm also making fresh bread and maybe a few side dishes.
Good Lord, Amadeus, help the poor woman. It'll be midnight before we get to eat.
Uh, thanks, Kirsty. Okay. Um, yeah. So you're gonna just keep following her?
Nothing else.
All right. She keeps these adamant. Like, please, I got this. Let me be a good host. Like,
No. I
come back in an
insist.
hour. All right.
No. Amadeus insists. He's telling me. He's whispering in my ear right now. He's saying, "I would do anything to work in Mary's kitchen and to help prepare uh, afternoon meals."
In all fairness, we've already harassed everybody else in town.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm just trying to find her. Put it right here. All right. She if you must, I guess maybe you can help out around and help us with the chickens or so. Get some eggs.
Oh, I won't be doing any of the sort. Amadeus. In fact, Renda, do you know how to pluck? Do you know how to slaughter chickens? In fact, are we slaughtering chickens? Are we having chicken tonight?
She says, "No, I got some fresh beef from the store."
Well, a little bit of chicken on the side wouldn't help. Wouldn't hurt.
She says, "Well, our chickens are still producing good eggs."
Right. Hmm. Renda, go pluck some eggs, will you? Be very gentle with them. Finger and thumb only. Finger and thumb. Pointer finger and thumb only.
Zaleria, you're going too? You're all going?
I'm waiting for Barthen to get back with the information that we need so we can actually send this mail before the courier arrives, hopefully.
Okay. Um, so yeah, he goes off and with her, and then Renda, are you gonna be plucking those eggs?
I don't know if he's muted or having connection issues. I don't hear anything.
I don't
I fell asleep.
know.
A possibility.
So yeah, after about maybe 20 minutes, uh, Elmer comes back and he hands you a paper and he says, Yeah, you really worked her up over there. She barely wanted to help me out. Just 'cause
Well,
she
you
knew it
didn't
was
have to
for
tell
me.
her it was for us.
I didn't know you guys were in a fight. He goes, but this is what she gave me. And they start,
5 gold for a chair, sir. That is robbery.
maybe you misunderstood. I don't know. I don't want to get in the middle of that.
Either way, I thank you very much. And I'm going to quickly look at the name. Does it look made up?
Uh, no, it looks like a real name.
All right. I fold it up, put it in my pocket. Well, thank you very much. I'm sure we'll be seeing you again shortly.
He says, I can't wait.
As I walk away, I'll be like, Rendar will be by to pick up the chair and table later this afternoon.
Sounds
And I'm
good.
already like walking down the street.
You hear him like mumbling under his breath, and he tells, talking to the other kid Thistle in there. He's like, those guys are just gonna cause so much trouble. Like he starts going off. Yeah.
So Amadeus, I'd like to Mary. I'd like you to meet Amadeus. And I point to an empty space next to me.
she
Take
looks
a
at
bow, will you? Be-
she looks at you for a minute, looks over. Has he done anything yet? Like has he?
No, he's just hovering there.
Okay. So she's looking at. She's like, are you all right?
Don't be
Do you
rude,
need to sit
Amadeus.
down?
Bow for the lovely woman.
She looks at you. Says, sir, there's no one there.
What are you talking about? Of course there's somebody there. Amadeus, show her.
How is he gonna do that?
Well, do you have any sausage in the house?
She says, no. I just got this beef.
Bread?
Like red as in bloody still?
Bread. Bread.
Oh, bread.
Bread. As in a loaf of bread.
She goes, that's why I got the wheat from the store. I have to make it. That's why I told you it's going to take a while.
You don't have a baker in this town. You don't have a bloody carpenter. You don't have nothing. Good lord. It's a wonder why anybody would want to live here.
Oh, we have a carpenter.
Anyways,
we have Ilsa.
If you can call her that. Anyways, Amadeus. Oh Lord. Put onto the kettle, will you?
When he sees the kettle lift up, she kind of screams and she drops the wheat in her hands. Ah! She goes, you have ghost friends.
I certainly hope you're planning on washing that wheat before you grind it into bread.
She's picking it up off the ground. She's like, what is this? Witchcraft?
It's Amadeus. My friend.
Oh, okay. It's like, well, as long as your friend doesn't do anything wrong.
Not unless I tell him to.
She's like, well, I'll have him start grinding up this wheat then. She like puts it out into the air.
What's that, Amadeus? No, I can't. I can't call her that. Stop. You're being naughty. Don't worry. But yes, Amadeus, grind a wheat, will you?
Oh my god. Okay. When he takes it out of her hand, she's just like, oh, ain't that something? And she just starts to go and starts preparing food.
In the meantime, Mary, be a dear. Put on the kettle, will you? I'm quite parched from talking so much. You have a lovely home, by the way. You don't mind if I put my feet up?
She says, well, I mean, if you're gonna be there, why don't you just help out? The kettle's over there.
Oh no! I won't be doing any of the sort.
She goes. She mumbles under her breath. Give me a perception check.
I say, dear Mary, I am a musician. I cannot jeopardize these precious money makers. And I wiggle my finger.
Well, why don't you play me some tunes?
Can I get I'm like, I don't get advantage on the persuasion.
Why? Because you're annoying her.
Probably. At this point, she doesn't believe anything I say.
She says, All right, I am the good host, but it only goes so far. And she
Yes.
starts. What
Where are
is?
your lovely children?
Because I'll probably playing around somewhere.
In the house or outside?
Yeah, they're probably outside. They like to play
Shame.
with the chickens sometimes.
Call them in. Call them in.
Just, oh no, no, I need to get this done. If they're in here,
Yes,
it's
yes,
just gonna be
yes.
chaos.
In fact, I shall watch over your children. I
Just
am a storyteller. I'm
they
a
don't
poet,
need any watching. They're good.
musician, lover of adults, obviously. Comedian now as well.
uh, she just she's just at this point she's getting ready and she just says I don't know where they are kind of thing. She's not like gonna keep entertaining that.
All right, then I shall go fetch them myself.
Okay.
At this point, I kind of show up. I'm like, yeah, Giovanni, here you go. I've got the name for you. Why don't we get started on that
Ah,
letter?
there you are. Oh, I wanted to. Zalaria, do me a favor and fetch Mary's children, will you?
I mean, what do they look like? There's a lot of children running around town. I don't think they'll take kindly if I just grab two off the street.
Uh, Probably look like her, and probably near the chickens out front, out the back, in fact.
Right, I'll go see if I can wrangle some kids up. Children
Yes.
love me.
I shall get started on this letter, and I'll scribble away.
I'm gonna step out back and see if I can find two kids that kind of resemble Mary.
uh,
Dearest carpenter, woodworker, master, I require your services in the humble town of Fandolin. Our small home of Tressidar Manor is in dire need of repair, and the roof. Please send help, and possibly 15 other men.
End of quote.
We are prepared to pay you handsomely, but not too handsomely. So don't get any ideas. Yours truly, Giovanni Erevere. Poet, musician, lover, comedian, renowned all throughout the Sword Coast. End of letter.
okay.
I'll spritz some perfume on it too.
As you yeah, so you're gonna bring it to the town hall. That's where they do the mail.
I'm going to ask Mary, what does the courier look like? Does he have a large bag of paper?
She says, yeah, he comes in on a little buggy with some mail in the back.
Wonderful, I shall be there. Amadeus shall assist you in the meantime.
Like, don't worry, I got this. And she's like happy. You can tell she's happy that you're leaving.
I'm going to go over there.
All right. You head over to Townmaster's Hall. There's no one there since the Townmaster's dead. Uh, but you do see, like, there is a spot for mail. Like a mail pickup, like little lot thing.
I'm going to wait here.
Okay. Some time goes by. It's going on, I would say it's like 12:15. At this point, someone comes up to you. Uh, like a young kid, and he comes up to you and he says, "I was told to give you this," and it's a letter.
I'm not the bloody courier.
He looks so confused. He's like, "But
Do I look like the person who accepts the mail?
he's, I don't. The guy told me to give this to you."
I'm not the courier. I'm here waiting for the mailman, just as you are, child.
He just he doesn't know what to do. He looks lost, and he says, okay," and he
Give me
starts
the
to
bloody,
walk
give me the
away.
bloody letter. Give me it. Children. You love them, but they're such idiots.
When
He thinks you're Santa Claus. It's his letter of toys that he wants.
when you open the letter, it says, "Meet
I
me
don't
at."
open it.
Oh, you don't? Okay.
No. What does it say my name though, or does
Well,
it
it's
have any
it's a folded
marking?
piece of paper. You don't see anything on the outside.
Yeah, curiosity gets the best of me. What the hell does this child have to mail?
It
And I
says,
read it.
it says, "Come to the sleeping giant." That's all it says.
I think at this point I re-enter Mary's house with no kids. I go, Mary, I don't know. I can't. Giovanni, I don't know what these kids. Where's Giovanni?
She's like, "Ah, he went down to the townmaster's hall." Like,
Oh, I have a seat where
reading
Giovanni was
bread.
sitting, put my feet up, and I just kind of. How's that stew coming along, by the way?
She drops her head. As I mentioned, it's gonna take me some time to make.
Well, I'm sure Amadeus and Rendar would be more than happy to help. I shall go track down Giovanni. You said he went to the townmaster's hall,
So that's what he said.
right? Well, we'll see you shortly for lunch.
She's all right.
After I read the letter, I'm gonna start walking back up towards Mary's house.
Okay.
Soon I meet it's Valeria. Have you found her children?
I couldn't. I saw a bunch of kids, bunch of little rascals running around. One of them was chasing a chicken, but didn't look anything like Mary. I don't know.
Well, 'tis a shame. I wish to play them a song, tell them a story. Anyways, listen. You'll never guess what happened.
You sent the mail?
Oh no, not yet. But no, ask me, ask me.
Well, I kind of look up at the sky and then look back at Giovanni. But Giovanni, it's afternoon. Shouldn't the courier have been here by now?
No, there has been no courier to receive any mail so far. If anything, he should be coming along this path.
Okay. So what did happen then?
I'll tell you something. I got this letter from
But you said the
someone.
courier hadn't come yet.
Yes, a child
Giovanni,
did.
did you forget to send the mail?
No, I would never forget to send anything. I have a crystalline memory. How dare you accuse me of
I'm
anything of
just.
the opposite?
I'm sorry. You said you received a letter. I kind of assumed you got it from the mailman.
No, I received it from a boy for no reason. I believe he wants to meet me, or rather, somebody wants to meet me at the Sleeping Giant Inn.
Well, that is very odd.
Yes, perhaps a
I,
secret
either way, it
admirer.
needs to wait until we send our mail. I will not
Yes,
miss
it
the courier.
does. What do you think? A secret admirer?
It's possible.
Possible. People here love me, anyways. So.
Yes, I've heard nothing but praise for you in this town.
Well, I shall wait here for the courier. Actually, I shall wait back at the townmaster's hall. Would you like to join me to loiter in
I've
front of
nothing
my
better to
office?
do. I'm tired of chasing children around.
Wonderful. Oh, you can join me while I also gawk at the woodworker's shop.
I just stare daggers at the place, willing it to burst into flame on its own.
Okay. Yeah, not too much time passes by, and you see a guy on this like a little buggy, horse and buggy thing coming through, and he clearly looks like he's a messenger. And he pulls up and he goes up to the door and he starts he like unlocks the thing and takes the mail out, and he sees you and he nods and keeps doing his thing unless you interrupt.
Where were you?
Pardon, sir? Pardon?
Where were you?
I came from Neverwinter.
Yes. And you're late. Fashionably so.
He like looks up at the sky. No, it looks like I'm right on time.
No, it looks like you're rather late. I was told noon. It is past noon.
He says, I come around noon. It's not always at noon. I mean, I can't really get here exact.
So you're saying you're incompetent at your job?
Well, that's not very nice, sir.
No, neither is being late. Here, I need the scent. Never
Keeping important people waiting.
He looks at the paper, and he says, you need postage on it.
Do you have any?
Yep, I could sell you one. One silver
Oh,
piece.
you're going to sell you're going to sell me one after being late. Wonderful. How much? A gold, I suppose.
No, actually, let's say that one's 5 copper.
Ask me to drop my trousers and bend over for you at the same time.
I'm sorry, sir. What? No, that's not what I said.
Would you like me to perform oral as well? In broad daylight in front of children. Pervert?
At this point, Solarius actually had to take a few steps away because she's laughing so hard.
He backs up. He's like, I mean, no disrespect, sir. No, just 5 copper pieces.
5 copper pieces. You've been eyeing me from the start, haven't you? I've seen you walking on your buggy. 5 copper it is. Whore.
Oh, this poor town.
He doesn't. He's so confused at this moment. And,
In fact, take an extra silver while you're at it. Buy yourself something nice. Skank.
he takes his like, thanks, and he quickly grabs all the mail and gets into his buggy and takes off.
Yes, you better ride off. You've been undressing me with your eyes.
He just keeps going.
Oh, now, Miss Hilaria. Let us send. Now,
She's
let's
just
go.
wiping tears from her eyes. She's like, "Yep, let's go."
Lunchtime. It's my favorite meal of the day.
Uh,
Why do you ask? Very good question, Hilaria. It's because I get to eat while not doing anything. And I don't
How's
have
that
to
different
work.
than any of your other meals?
Because I don't have to work during lunchtime.
Ah.
Yes, and I still get paid.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna burst through the door.
Okay. When you burst through the door, she's like, ah! She drops the loaf of bread on the floor. She bends over and picks it up, brushes it off, puts it on a
I
plate.
certainly hope you're going to clean that better. Anyways, Mary, you will not believe the day I've had.
Is that so?
Go on, ask me.
Is that so? I said.
No, ask me in a better way.
What happened?
Oh, you won't believe it. The mailman was sexually harassing me.
No.
In the middle of the square, no less.
She says, I've seen that. Which one was it?
In front of children, no less.
Which mailboy was it? Was he red hair?
Which one was it? Sebastian.
Well, you tell me.
It was the redhead.
She's like,
You know how redheads are. Their sexuality is unquenchable.
at this point, her little kid walks in, a girl, and she has red hair. And she comes running in. Hi, Mom! She looks at you just like anger in her mouth. Like, yeah, in her face.
These are your children. Wonderful.
Well,
Introduce me
explains
to
why I
them.
couldn't find them. You don't have red hair. I was told they look like you.
She's like, no, my husband has red hair.
Your husband has red hair. Go figure. He can't fight though.
She says, I just realized what token I have.
So his.
But I
Alright.
do know this black family, and they all have red hair, so it's kind of funny.
It's got an ancestor back in the day. Anyways, introduce me to your wonderful children.
And she just says, "Oh, this is Mary. She's named after me." She looks
Mary
at
Junior. How creative.
Mary, where's your brother? And little girl says, "Oh, playing with Billy." I don't know. Playing with the other kids.
William and Mary, wonderful. Sit down. Come.
And she looks at you and she looks at you and she like smiles, and it's clear like the little girl like thinks you're cute kind of look.
Giovanni Erevere, the greatest bard in all the land, is here to entertain you for free. No less, for free. Normally I charge you.
She starts giggling.
All right, so Mary, daylight's burning. Suit on.
Little girl Mary
Suit
says,
on.
"You're beautiful."
I know I am, my dear. I work very hard to be so, and to remain so. And I will continue to do so till the day I pass this world.
She can sing me a song.
Well, you don't have to be rude about it. I take requests. I am an artiste. You asked me to play a song. You don't tell me to play a song.
Older Mary's just like, she's just a child. Give her a break. Like, leave her alone.
Well, children should know better.
It is known that manners should be taught at a young age. They stick better that way.
Precisely.
Now, don't you tell me how to raise my kids.
I'm not telling you how to raise any of your children.
She says,
I'm
you are
just
guests
saying.
in my house, and you are being pretty rude now.
Nonsense. Giovanni Revere. Rude? Never. How dare you accuse me of something like this? Slander!
Okay. She says, dinner will be ready in 30 minutes. How about you guys go freshen up while I set up?
Are you just going to drop the conversation?
See how it is? Defer.
So I can see why your husband isn't home all the time. Anyways. Then, well, little Mary, come. What is your brother William?
She grabs your hand. He's over here, and she starts like trying to pull you outside.
Oh yes, not too much. I don't want to exercise too much.
All right. So you're gonna go with her?
Yeah, sure.
What is Rendar doing during all this?
I assume he's just looming over over Mary's shoulder, trying to help, but probably breaking stuff.
Zariel.
Zalaria's just gonna follow Giovanni. I'm trying to figure out whether this other kid also has red hair or not, so that she feels justified in not being able to find two small children.
All right. So you start to go outside.
Is there a mob with pitchforks and torches waiting for us?
No.
That's not for another few days.
Couple more sessions till that happens.
Yeah, right. All right. So as you walk outside, almost immediately something happens, Giovanni. You all of a sudden hear this chink. And let's see if it's a crossbow bolt comes flying at you and goes right into the side of the door. The kids all start to scream and run.
I just go, oh well, balls to that idea, and I go back inside to Mary's.
Yes, one. Want to close the door behind me?
Okay.
I'm going inside and close the door. Mary?
She's like, I told you I'll be ready in a little bit.
Now, dear, I don't wish to alarm you, but you won't believe the day I've been having.
Yep, perhaps I'll go put on the kettle.
Told me.
Well, I'll go put on the kettle. I think we should have tea with this conversation.
Something new has transpired, and I wish for you to ask me.
She knows that her only option is to ask, and you won't give in. So she's like, "What happened?"
Well, I have good news and bad news. Which one do you want? Which do you wish to hear first?
Does it? I'm sure they're both bad.
All right, so bad news first. There's a crossbow bolt stuck in your door.
She's what? What are you talking about? There's no crossbow boat. And she starts to go to open the door.
No, no, I'm standing in front of it.
Okay.
No, no, don't do that. More bad news. Somebody's trying to kill me.
The good news is he's not dead, as I'm pouring tea.
The good news, my dear Mary, is that I am still alive, and you are probably not on their list to kill.
She's like, don't bring trouble into my house. I have children.
Or
And
do
she
you wish
starts
for
to
me
go to
to?
try to
Well,
get
you
out
you
to see
did.
where her
I
kids
believe they
are.
ran out.
Yes. Do you wish for me to fling open the door so the crossbow bolt can hit you instead?
She goes, well, if they're trying to kill you, they won't kill me. And
Well, there is something called collateral damage.
she's like, let me by. I need to get my kids.
I, not a good idea. In fact, I shall. You know what, Renda?
Rendar passed out.
I think he's out cold.
Oh, yeah, come with us.
He fell asleep in the corner listening to us bicker with Mary.
Who's there then?
So come with. I'll have Rendar open the door. Oh wait, no! I'll have Rendar. We'll have all three of us, like just posted up on the door. I shall negotiate with my assailants. Perhaps they can be bought off.
Okay.
Is there a back door to this place or just the one?
There is a back door.
I'm gonna creak open the door just a little bit, and I say, "Listen, Elmo. I know I've said a lot of things, but that is no justification for such horrid action."
You hear no response.
If it's not Mr. Martin, then it must be the woodworker. Who
I,
can't
I
remember the
look at
name of.
Giovanni like, just try and get them talking, and I'm gonna try and head to the back door and duck out that way.
Listen, there are children at risk, and you only wish for my death. Let us not involve the children. Think of the children.
As you were going to the back door to go around, Mary was going there as well to leave out the back door to get her kids. So I'm just saying she's also going out unless you want to.
I mean, I'm gonna put a hand on her shoulder and just be like, best you let the professionals handle this.
She's like, now you get out of my way. I'm getting my kids. And she keeps going forward.
I'm not gonna stop her. If she
Okay.
wants to go out the back door, she can go out the back door.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
She can't turn into a giant ass bear.
She goes out and starts yelling for her kids to come home. And when you scream out at the front door, no one responds again.
This is the mailman. I apologize for what I've said.
In fact, all you do is hear like the regular things of like what the town folks are doing.
I'm gonna look around again, and I'm gonna open the door a little wider. I'm gonna look at the bolt.
At this point, I'm out the back door and I'm trying to come up around the side, see if I can see anything.
Okay, give me a perception check.
Does the bolt have anything in it, on it, attached to it?
It does not. It's just a crossbow bolt.
I'm gonna wrench it out and say, "Well, Sherry will appreciate a nice gift."
Even give me okay. So with a 25 perception, you see across the area, like in on the corner of this house. Can you see from there? Okay, yeah. A guy in this like big overcoat, and when he sees you look over, he kind of like goes around the corner.
I'll just kind of like walk my way up the side of the house, look over at Giovanni. Well, coast is clear currently. I think we can sit down to a lovely lunch.
Ah, yes, wonderful.
Safe to say, whoever tried to lure you to the sleeping giant, it was probably a trap.
Yes. Well, let's have lunch.
Indeed.
All right, you go. You go back in. Mary's on her knees, like cradling her kids, like, "Oh, are you okay? Are you okay?" And like checking, like looking them over everywhere, and they're just like, "Yeah, we're fine, mom." And then she says, "I don't want you going outside for a little bit until these people leave." Like, they're bringing. And then she looks at you, and she says, she looks at you, Giovanni, and she says, "Now I don't know if you can stay here, bringing danger into my house where I have kids here. Like, that's just not acceptable."
In all fairness, no danger came into this house. It was stopped at the doorway. We are professionals.
She says, "You need to go to the authorities and report this."
Yes, we will. After lunch. The danger has subsided, so why not?
Uh, she's getting really angry. And she just sighs, though, and she's just like, "Very well, let's just get this over with." And she just starts, like, slopping down food on the table. Just, like, ripping bread and just putting it into a plate.
Wait. At first, a song. I owe you that much for this wonderful meal. Children, sit around.
The girl looks happy. She, like, sits around. The boy's just, like, confused.
Only a 12.
Yeah, while you're... What kind of song were you trying to play? What were you playing?
Something, a jig.
As you're playing, the little girl keeps hopping on you and trying to like play with you, and that's why it's messing up your performance.
Amadeus. Contain the child. Thank you. Okay, all right. Her hands in my mouth. Okay.
And she's all happy that you're playing music.
All right, I'm going to put down the violin. Perhaps a poem. You can't interrupt a poem. And I would have to stand for that. All right. Stop me if you've heard this one. Not a joke. This is a poem. For shame, deny that thou bearest love to any, who for thyself art so unprovident. Grant, if thou wilt, thou art beloved of many. But that thou none lovest is most evident, for thou art so possessed with murderous hate, that against thyself thou stickst not to conspire.
While you're doing this, the mom is just constantly like just like moving things around and putting stuff on the table, and the girl's just she's just smiling. She's happy. You're like you're very handsome to her, so she's just like really happy about it, but she has no idea. Wait.
Seeking that beauteous roof to ruinate, which to repair should be thy chief desire. Oh, change thy thought, that I may change my mind. Shall hate be a fairer lodged than gentle love? Be, as thy presence is, gracious and kind, or to thyself at least kind-hearted prove. Make thee another self, for the love of me, that beauty still may live in thee or thy.
You look down and she's just smiling at you.
Thank you.
The mom says,
Thank you.
"Dinner served." And she grabs her children and puts them at the table and eat your dinner.
I try to sit down next to Mary, and I just go, not the mother, the daughter. Turn to the little one, be like, "So why don't you tell us all about your day? What did you get up to?"
It's like, "I was playing outside with my brother."
And
She's just, and we played in the dirt. It was fun.
did you catch any frogs? Crickets?
No,
Grasshopper?
No.
Oh, well, that is too bad. And then I just druid craft in my hand, a beautiful little flower, and I put it in her hair, and I eat the stew.
Aw, she loves it. Gives you a hug.
I don't even know the boy's name. I just imagine he doesn't exist.
William. His name is William.
I thought that was his friend's name. He was playing with Billy.
It is now. Mary, I must say, this stew is marvelous.
She's like, thank you. It's actually an old recipe of my family's.
Yes, and I'm sure Amadeus has helped a lot.
She says he did make it go a little bit quicker.
Thankfully.
She
Oh,
goes, well,
Amadeus says you're welcome. Oh, stop being naughty.
she says, well, I'm glad you enjoyed dinner. Now, I really need to give my kids baths and give
But
my
ma'am.
kids baths. They're dirty,
But-
playing in the dirt.
Ma'am, it is the afternoon.
It's not even like 2 o'clock.
It's lunch. You've kept calling it supper, dinner. We've just had lunch.
She says, yeah, but my kids are dirty. I just want to clean them up a bit.
I dare say, if your stew is this good, I say we stay around for dinner.
Now that is a fantastic idea. I can run back down to Barthen's. Yeah, I'm sure he'll be happy to see us again. We'll restock on some supplies. We would love to meet your husband.
She kind of loses it, and she's like, now here. She's like, I've been a gracious host this entire time, and you about getting on my nerves now. You've been rude, insulting. She just goes on and on and on. She's like,
Well,
I'm gonna have to
how-
ask you to leave.
Giovanni, after all we've done, this is how
After
we're
all
treated.
we've done, I never. How dare you? You have yourself a lovely day, Mary. We shall be on our way.
As we leave, I just look back and go, Mary, you know, words can hurt. And I close the door.
Yeah, and
Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words hurt forever.
you don't hear anything. She just like mumbling under her breath as she walks away.
Oh, I forgot, Mary. One more thing. One more thing, Mary.
The door is locked for sure.
I wish for one last bowl for our friend. He's sleeping at the moment.
She does not answer.
I suppose we have to pick up dinner. We'll have to pick up supper for Costa at the Stonehill Inn.
I swear, we are treated like common rabble here.
Yes. These people should be worshipping us.
We treat them so well. Look out for them at every turn. This is the repayment we receive.
Unfortunately.
I must say, I'm starting to feel unwelcome here.
And
As am I.
Perhaps we should ply our wares elsewhere.
And as you walk down the street of Phandalin, it fades to black. It's 9:30.
And no other crossbow bolts come flying at our head, surprisingly.
Not yet. Oh my god, guys. I don't
This is what happens when we don't have, like, the whole party to try and guide us places. We just end up going around screwing people's days up.
Oh my god. You guys are just like, nope, not doing this. We're gonna go talk to this person for the next hour and harass her. Oh.
Yeah, we spent 3 hours doing nothing. Well, we
In
did
all
one
fairness,
quest.
we walked a guy to a mine, killed 2 were-rats, and then left him to his own devices.
Yeah. So we did one quest, one mission completed. He got
And we'll
dead.
wait a couple days till we get another request to go check up on him because nobody's heard from him in a while.
And then we'll kill him. There you go. Easy enough.
Oh, that was hilarious.
Don't do stuff for free. That's how this works.
Oh, you guys are hilarious. 100 gold pieces. Like, that was to bring you here. No,
We
we're
got
not-
our money. What else do you want from us?
That's funny.
Well, gentlemen, that was a great session. Thank you very much.
Yep. And I shall see you guys next week with a full party.
All
God
right.
willing.
Yep.
Have a good night, guys.
All right.